Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is ODD. Today is March 1st, 2017, and I've had this idea on my mind for a while about what's known as the Surrealist Ball, aka Illuminati Ball, also known as, quite simply, a masquerade. And I've noticed a pattern in Hollywood, and I just kind of wanted to look into it, and I did. I came up with some pretty decent stuff. I was going to make one of my normal videos where it just is kind of a high quality presentation with music and everything edited perfectly, but I decided I'm going to freestyle this one. I have all my tabs ready, and I'm just basically freestyling the commentary, so it's not going to be too hard. Let's start with this movie Labyrinth from 1986. I grew up watching this. I've been watching it for 30 years. I still watch it sometimes to this day. And in this movie, it's kind of sickening because there's this Illuminati ball, and it's apparent that it was inspired by the 1972 Rothschild Surrealist Ball. And what's messed up about this is that Jareth, excuse me, he's a grown man. The Goblin King is a grown man. This is a little girl. She's 15 years old in the movie, and they're at the Illuminati ball dancing together. It's kind of crazy. I've made videos about Labyrinth before, and I got one called MK Ultra Stories Labyrinth. And in the video, I expose how this whole movie is basically an MK Ultra movie, and Jareth is the handler, and she's the MK Ultra victim. Let's move on. Eyes Wide Shut from 1999. This was Stanley Kubrick's last movie before he died. And it's about an Illuminati sex party, and lots of symbolism in the movie. These sex parties are for the elite, and they get together and they wear masks and they have sex. And I'll be proving this by the end of the video. Anyway, other movies of note: Phantom of the Opera from 2004, and of course the earlier original version. Basically the same thing. You notice this guy's made out of clock pieces. His clock hands right here, numbers right here. Clocks and time are very. It's common to see clocks and time as a big subject at these gatherings, because you see stuff like that in Alice in Wonderland. Even Alice in Wonderland, I think, has these kind of Illuminati balls. Let's see. Marie Antoinette is played by Kirsten Dunst in the 2006 movie, but Marie Antoinette is an actual historical figure from like the 17th century or something like that, and she was popular for throwing these surrealist balls. To Catch a Thief, 1955. There's a scene. This is just a small clip. This guy's wearing a mask. These guys aren't, but there's a lot more people wearing masks in this scene if you watch the whole scene. Man in the Iron Mask from 1998. There's a surrealist Illuminati ball kind of deal going on there. And this is just a picture to emphasize what I'm talking about, because I have a full list of movies that have these surrealist Illuminati balls, and some of them are Van Helsing, Dark Knight Rises, A Cinderella Story, Just My Luck, Zorro. There's an episode of Gossip Girl, season 1, episode 6, that has a masquerade. Backstreet Boys music video called Masquerade. The movie Casanova, Sweeney Todd, Abominable Dr. Phoebes. Those are just a few other movies that have these events within them, and I want to go over this stuff today. Let's start with my first tab. What is surrealism? The definition is a 20th century avant-garde movement in art and literature that sought to release the creative potential of the unconscious mind, for example, by the irrational juxtaposition of images. What is a masquerade ball, and why wear a mask? A masquerade ball is basically an occasion, event, or party in which those attending appear in costume wearing a mask. Often these kinds of social gatherings, or carnivals as they were called in the day, were a part of 15th century life as elaborate and decadent pageants or processions celebrating marriage along with other major medieval social occasions of note. Masquerade balls have been a part of costumed public festivities in Italy throughout the 16th century, a must-attend event for members of the upper classes. Okay, I'll stop right there. Let's move on to the next tab. And just to emphasize the point I was just making, masquerade balls were extended into costumed public festivities in Italy during the 16th century Renaissance. They were generally elaborate dances held for members of the upper classes. Okay, so they're just talking about the elite. They go to these kind of parties, and we're going to find out exactly what these parties are all about. Here's this is what I get. This is what you get when you type in "what is a surrealist ball?" Okay, the first thing that pops up is one of the most popular documentations of a surrealist Illuminati ball, Rothschild's 1972 Surrealist Ball, an invitation to the infamous Surrealist Ball, where the likes of Salvador Dali, Baron Alexis de Rede, and Audrey Hepburn were in attendance. The Surrealist Ball was held at the Rothschilds' mansion. Okay, moving on. Now, here I just want to stress and prove my point that this 1972, though it's the most popular, the most noted, and the easiest to find, it's not the only one. This has been happening for a really long time. Went to Google Books, typed in Surrealist Ball, found a book called Women in Dada, and on this page it says, to don masks and costumes of African inspiration, whether in Zurich in 1917 or at the Comte de Beaumont's Surrealist Ball in Paris in 1928. So 1917 there's one, 1928 there's one, and these were to shed inhibitions normally held in check and to release the so-called totemic and primitivizing forces associated with the unconscious. So again, it's the same thing that this first tab says, a release the creative potential of the unconscious mind. Okay, this is what they're saying that they're trying to do. Let's move on to the next tab. This is a documented picture from a 1937 Surrealist Valentine's Day ball. Excuse me. Here in this picture, you see this guy over here. He's wearing a mask. All of them are in weird garb, but this girl's got an all-seeing eye on her dress. This lady's got a clock on her dress somehow, unless she's rocking it like Flavor Flav or something. I'm not sure, but she's got the clock, and like I was telling you, time and clocks are, it's a common theme with the whole surrealness of stuff, and we see that with things like Alice Through the Looking Glass. Let's move on to the next one. This is the same event from 1937. This is Libby Lovett and Morris Bird at Surrealist Ball, 1937. Notice he's wearing a bird cage on his head. This is highly symbolic and another very common theme at these parties. Okay, this is the actual photos from the 1972 Rothschild Surrealist dinner party. And don't worry, I will be linking all of this stuff in the description. December 12th, 1972, Marie Rothschild held her famous Surrealist Ball. Okay, so Marie Rothschild, this is the mansion it was held at, and we'll go through some pictures. These are some people that attended. These are the tables that they were eating dinner at and drinking and stuff, and all the tables were pretty similar. They had decapitated dolls, lots of candles, and if you look right here, this looks like a mandrake root kind of deal, where this is a real root, and it kind of is shaped like a human being. This one might not be real, but it looks like it's fashioned as a mandrake. And mandrake is it's highly occult symbology, and you could find you could find it mentioned in Aleister Crowley's works, and you could even find it in the movie Pan's Labyrinth. Moving on. It's not too weird. There's crazy people. Crazy lady with an apple stuck to her face. Some dudes hanging out with the mannequin on some, possibly some sacrifice kind of symbolism. Now this is funny right here. I'll be talking about this in a little bit, but Peaches. There's Peaches just chilling at this ball. And in the movie The Labyrinth, or Labyrinth, I should say, Sarah, she's given a peach that basically, like, I guess I could say it poisons her, but it drugs her, and she ends up at this Illuminati ball dancing with Jareth. But we'll be talking a little bit more about that later. Birdcage. Just like I was telling you a minute ago, these bird cages are highly symbolic. This guy's wearing a bird cage. Bird cage, little bird cage back here. This picture, you can't, it looks normal until you notice that this chick has two heads. Okay, more pictures. I think this is Marie Rothschild. I could be mistaken. I know she was wearing a full-on animal head, but this might be her again. Kind of the same thing here with the antlers, but I know for a fact that let's go down here. This is her right here. So I believe this is her too. It looks like the same dress. Yeah. So anyway, and then these pictures, like this one right here, this guy's got a face, another face, another face. It almost seems like, have you guys ever seen the Neverending Story Part 2? They spend a lot of time in Fantasia, and there's a lot of people that kind of look like this. They have like rotating faces on their heads. It's just really strange. This chick looks weird. Again, this is the host of the party, Marie Rothschild. Some turtles. Birdcage, another birdcage. And there's that last picture that looks like something out of a Jim Henson movie, but again, this took place before Jim Henson was really making movies. Let's move on. Now, this is really interesting. This is the IlluminatiBall.com. And let's just read some of this. The Illuminati Ball, an immersive excursion at a secret waterfront estate. Saturdays, April 2017 through August 2017. We require all prospective guests to fill out an application form. Tickets are $450 each. This includes limo transportation, a 9-course dinner, and cocktails. 30 guests. Apply here. So these are some of the pictures from this event from the past. This picture is kind of interesting because I recently watched a music video by Pink called Just Like Fire. I believe that's what it's called. It's from the Alice Through the Looking Glass soundtrack. And Pink is suspended, just like these trapeze artists, in her video for a lot of the time. And I guarantee it's highly symbolic, but I know for a fact that the music video, Just Like Fire by Pink, equates to MK Ultra Mind Control. Now, go watch that video and come back and tell me that it's not. Here's some more pictures from the Illuminati Ball. Again, I'll be linking these in the description so you could look for yourself. Here's the host, King Pig. He's the host of the Illuminati Ball, and here he is giving a presentation in front of an all-seeing eye. Here's one of the limos that transports people to this party, and it stays with an all-seeing eye lit up in the cab. Here's an interesting picture. I'll be going over this one in detail in just a second, but notice she's in her chair doing she's doing a performance. More pictures. These are crazy. Like, this guy's blindfolded. This chick. What a weird get up. What a weird get up. There's King Pig again. This guy's got ears, or this lady got ears on her back, or his. I don't know what that is. Very weird. There's an owl. This symbolizes the Bavarian Illuminati. Okay, crazy pictures, clocks and time, just like up here in the performance piece. There's a clock. It looks like an eye too. It's a pyramid with an eye, and the clock is the eye. But we're going to be going more over this right here. So let's talk about this. This is the website businessinsider.com. What happens at the Illuminati Ball? And this was from 2016. The writer: I went to a decadent $450 a ticket party inspired by the Illuminati, and it was a totally surreal experience. Now, again, I said I was going to get back to this. We're just going to do it right now. This lady right here is performing a Masonic ritual dance, okay? And we'll look right here. A dancer performs during the Illuminati Ball, okay? And what I want to show you is that this is a real dance that they perform in free Masonic lodges and other secret society get-togethers. Boom, she sits down. Notice she's sitting just like this lady here. All right, I'm going to stop it right there. I want to say that we can tell we're obviously in a Freemasonic lodge right here. You could see the square and compasses up in the corner, and right here in the center is the all-seeing eye with the sun rays. And I wanted to say that people like Rihanna, Madonna, they perform this dance. A lot of pop artists perform this dance, and you'll have to look, but you'll see that it's almost the exact same. And I pulled one up from Beyonce just to prove my point. Beyonce performed at the Grammys in 2014. And we'll go to theater mode. There she is sitting. She's sitting just like this girl does at the beginning. Okay, she's sitting with her legs spread wide open. There's Beyonce starting off her show with her legs spread wide open. She's facing the wrong way right now, but I got this volume turned down, so I don't want to get a copyright strike. Okay, Beyonce's doing her little dance. Just to prove that she's doing the exact dance, I'm going to go to around 135. Okay, I'm going to play this part. Okay, see what she just did there? Now let's go back to the Masonic dance, and let's go to 46 seconds in, or about 45 seconds in. 42 seconds in. We'll start right here. Boom. Now she's sitting just like Beyonce was when she started the performance. Okay, this is a Masonic ritual performed by lots of pop artists, and then people wonder why people say that, you know, Beyonce and Jay-Z are in the Illuminati and stuff. You know, as close as they are to the Illuminati, they are merely puppets. Okay. Now, this is the dance that this lady's performing here. Now, let's see what else. Guess we really don't need to go through this Business Insider. It's pretty much the same pictures. But that's a big deal. I thought the Masonic chair dance was interesting. So now let's keep moving. This part right here is going to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that these are sex parties. The Illuminati Surrealist Balls. This is Daily Mail. Inside the masked ball that turned into an orgy at 17th century stately home. Okay, this was written in 2009. These pictures show the scenes inside a stately home before a masked ball degenerated into a mass orgy. More than 350 well-heeled partygoers who had arrived in a fleet of Porsches, BMWs, and Aston Martins hold lit candles as they watch a mysterious man in a red cloak and two women in lingerie perform on stage. Everything seemed normal to the owner of the 17th century stately home until midnight, when the assembled stripped down to leather pants, corsets, and suspenders. Within minutes, as revealed in the Daily Mail today by columnist Richard Kay, the guests began having sex. Warm-up act. Mysterious performers on stage at Halswell House in Somerset before the Masquerade Ball turned into an orgy that shocked the stately home's owner. Now, this is the only reason we're getting this information is because some people rented out some guy's mansion basically to throw this party, and he wasn't aware what was going to go on. So when this happened, he was shocked, and he told people about it, and it basically got out to the public. So we're getting to see what's going on here. Now, look right here. Masked Crusaders. The partygoers dropped their capes to reveal bondage-style underwear at midnight as the organizer announced, "The time has come. The spell has begun." Now listen to that. The time has come. The spell has begun. Do you know why he's saying that? It's because this is sex magic. Sex magic is written about often, or I mean, it's got Aleister Crowley's got a lot of work on sex magic, and basically the OTO, his satanic organization, and also the Fraternitas Saturni. It's the Brotherhood of Saturn. They got a lot of writings about sex magic, and they practice it often. It's a big deal among satanic societies. Now, we'll stop there, okay? We're talking about the spell has begun, and now I'm tying it to sex magic. We're going to look right here. Introduction to sex magic. I'm going to skip this first part and go straight I found a part right here. What is the theory behind sex magic? In magic, we manipulate a certain amount of energy into a desired direction. For that, we specify a goal, raise energy, and point it into the wished direction. Release the energy to achieve a manifestation in our physical reality. In sex magic, we basically focus on a goal by affirmation, visualization, etc. We raise much energy through prolonged sexual arousal, and we release the energy at the moment of orgasm. The goal in sex magic can be the achievement or attraction of anything wished in the physical world, like a new house, a better relationship, or a healing. It can also be the charging of magical tools or talismans. And the goal can be spiritual development. This controlled form of lovemaking for higher purposes is often mentioned as the ultimate explanation of Crowley's famous statement, "Love is the law, love under will." By love, Crowley meant the uniting of the opposites, masculine and feminine, active and receptive, and not so much romantic love. Orgasm is considered to be the moment when the gates of heaven open up. For a while, the barriers between the restricted physical world and the limitless heavens dissolve. During the precious orgasmic moments, we swing away our magical desire into the universe with enormous power, and a magical child is born. This magical child is the astral effect of our magical action that will result in manifestation. The sexual fluids of man and women of man and woman are charged with powerful qualities because of their magic, and they can be used for several purposes. Look here, here's an ancient depiction of an orgy. Sex magic has been around for a long time, and you could find the Egyptians talking about it even. And, you know, Aleister Crowley's big on what the Egyptians wrote about, talked about, etc. Now I'm going to skip down to page 22 because I found something else of interest there. Okay. Group sex magic rituals. A group sex magical act is not a kinky party. See it as a serious dedication of a number of people to a certain goal. Okay, just that right there totally reminds me of how the Illuminati operate. They are dedicated, goal after goal. They stick to it until they achieve these goals. So the fact that magic works synergistic is a very good reason for a group to practice sex magic. No one in the world can demand you to ever do a sex magical act against your will, but you may also consider that social behavior has taught us to regard our bodies and sexual expressions as being sinful, thus keeping us from showing our nudity and sexuality in public. So the big question I would like to ask is, and I don't know the answer, how natural is the aversion of many people against group sex? Now, whatever, the key here is a group sex magical act is not a kinky party. It's a serious dedication of a number of people to a certain goal. Okay, group sex magic rituals. And that's what we were just looking at when we were looking at this Daily Mail article about a masquerade breaking out into a full-on orgy amongst everybody there. Okay, so that's what this is. It's sex magic. That's what all these events are. That's what the Illuminati masked ball is all about. And they've always been showing us this truth in plain sight. They just kind of leave out the sex in a lot of the movies, but just the fact they're showing the rest of it, the sex idea is there. It's on the table if you're in the know. Now, we're almost done here. I want to show you guys a couple other things. There's a movie called The Conspiracy from 2012. And in that movie, I highly recommend it. It's about this cult of Mithras. And they're a secret society. And similarly to the way Alex Jones supposedly broke into the Bohemian Grove to film, these two regular average Joes kind of snuck into this secret society initiation ceremony. And they were actually involved and participated. And this movie's great, except for the end, but I'm not going to give it away, but... I'm just going to show this little bit, but the whole point of me showing this clip is that these secret societies they are really into this masquerade stuff. And that's why I can't stress enough, when they're showing masquerade stuff and we learn that masquerades were created for the elite, by the elite. Anytime you see this, it's definitely Illuminati stuff. Okay. So watch the movie The Conspiracy from 2012. There used to be a website for it. It used to be an official website. You just go to thetarsusclub.com. But that website has been taken down because it was just a promotional thing. But it had a lot of weird info, and it was basically mocking being a secret society. They still have their Twitter page, and it's called the Tarsus Club. It's the cult of Mithras. And let's read one of these tweets. Thanks to all our members who attended the winter solstice retreat in New York last night. May Mithras be with you this season. Hashtag Mithras. Now, this was just promotion for the movie, but again, you never know what's going on here. They're always trying to put the truth out in plain sight. And judging by the end of the movie, it's programming. The average person is going to walk away thinking it's all complete BS, but the movie is still good and it's worth a watch. And it's not called the Tarsus Club. It's called The Conspiracy. It's from 2012. Check that out. Let's move to Eyes Wide Shut. I already have it on this scene right here. I guess I should have researched it real quick, but it looks like this is possibly the same place, but I don't think it is, but it looks just like the house, the manor that the Rothschild had their 1972 party in. Let me go up there. Little clock here in the center part. You could look at these windows. They're rounded on the top, and these ones are not. But they totally got this mansion to mock up this the Rothschild. This is the real deal Rothschild's manor right here. So if you look, it's got the end caps. You know, it's got the middle clock. Okay, end caps, middle clock. This is a mock-up, and this is Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick's last movie. And we'll check out just a little bit. Okay, Tom Cruise, he doesn't belong here, but he got a tip, and he's going in. He's going to participate in this sex party. Okay. Right now, luckily everybody's clothed and everybody's got their masks, but it doesn't stay like that. So I'll stop here, but if you have not seen this movie, you need to watch it. It's one of the biggest Illuminati movies ever made. And again, this is a masquerade. It's a sex party. In this movie, it's a masquerade sex party, again proving that these masquerades are Illuminati sex parties. Just because they don't always mention it in some of these other more innocent movies like Van Helsing or Dark Knight Rises or Casanova, Phantom of the Opera, all that stuff, even Labyrinth. They allude to it just by showing the masquerade, but the sex magic rituals are a part of these things. Now, 2 more movies. Let's have a look at Labyrinth. That's one of the most popular ones, and it's got the scene in there. So, thank you. Oh, cool, perfect spot right here. Huggle, he gives Sarah the peach. As soon as she eats this peach, she appears to be drugged, and she ends up at the Illuminati Ball. Okay, and just like we were looking here earlier, there's the table with the peaches. This is symbolic. This was in 1972 at a real party. This was in 1986 on a movie being passed off as fiction.
You're a lifesaver.
He knows that the peach is bad and that she's about to transport over to this Illuminati sex party. Okay, this is a 15-year-old girl now at one of these Illuminati balls. How sick is that? I used to have so much respect for Jim Henson. Now I'm highly questionable. I mean, it's just anybody in Hollywood, man. They can't get away from it. They are a part of it. They are a part of this beast system doing horrible things. I broke this movie down. I'll put a link in the description with it, with all the other links. So look for that. But yeah, this is straight up the Illuminati sex ball. How crazy is that? Now, before we get out of here, let me just show you one last movie that it's pretty insane. But this made it on one of my movie lists. This was on my top 33 movies for conspiracists. It's about, let me go back. Here's the description. A Beverly Hills teen discovers his parents are a part of a gruesome orgy cult for the social elite. Oh, they're getting ready to get it cracking. Here's all the rich people gathering. The elite are gathering at the young man's parents' house.
I have been here.
Who are you?
I am not your mother.
Jesus, Bill. You never were one of us.
Who are you?
Okay, and I just want to see a little bit of a scene where they're starting into the sex party, because they basically all start morphing into these like demonic creatures. Look at this lady's face right here. This is gross, man. Do not watch this if you have a weak stomach.
Look, a beauty mark.
But anyway, this whole movie is just absolutely 100% truth in plain sight, being passed off as like a horror thriller kind of deal. But this is the truth right here. It's over exaggerated a bit, but this is what's going on. These Illuminati balls are 100% real, and it's all about the sex magic. So anyway, this has been ODD TV. Thanks for watching, guys. Do your own research. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Much love. I'm out of here.